and again, another person you'll be connected to forever is Russ. These videos that come out the other day, he's outside the huddle. I've gotten to the point with Russ where, we've vilified him so much, I'm kind of on his side. Like, can we get him on the court? Can we see him ball out or send him somewhere where he can? Like, what do you think when you see that stuff going on? Again, somebody who's been his teammate, somebody who's, look, he's a quirky guy, I guess, but doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, Russ always did that.
That's what he said, too.
Yeah, and he always felt like he was just getting his mind right aside from what we, from just his own routine before the game. But if you play in LA, you playing next to the biggest figure in sports and LeBron James, everything you do is going to be magnified, especially if the outside perception is just that your team is going to struggle. If people don't trust that your team is going to be good. I mean, that's how they feel about us, the Lakers, teams that they had high hopes for last year that didn't come through. So the Lakers got a big microscope on them. So you got to be on point every time, So if Russell miss a layup, it's going to be blown out of proportion. If he miss a three, he might be 5 for 7 though, but he missed those 2 shots though. You know what I'm saying? I understand that at certain points where you don't play well, and you are open to criticism when you don't play well. We get that, but it's like now you're making him the butt of your jokes now. It's like it's going to a point where it's like, all right, I get the criticism for what he did that night, but now it's starting to reach a different level of some shit that I don't understand right now. So hopefully you just keep hooping and block all that noise out and prove to everybody that, they wrong about how they feel about this game and they mesh over there in LA. But when we play them, I hope they play shit. But I hope all that stuff works out because I hate how they talk. The dialogue around our game is just so toxic at this point now. I get criticism, but it's starting to turn into something else right now.
And look, but I'm to the point where he's like a victim to me. Like, why are we just? There's still a good NBA player there. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's not for that team. Maybe it's another team. But he has skill. He can play well. You know what I mean? And it's like everything he does, they pick at him.
Yeah, I mean, you got it's a lot of LeBron fans out here, and there's a lot of Laker fans. When you add them two up, that's the biggest player in the last 30 years in our league and the biggest franchise. And so they want to see them do well all the time. So, you add, like, if you struggle for a stretch there and your team not playing well, then, everything you do is going to be on a microscope. You got Lakers fans all over the country, you know what I'm saying? So, and they want to see their team do well.
I think especially last season, it's been clear that Russ is a floor raiser. He can get a bad team to the playoffs, but he can't do much else. We've seen him paired with Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, James Harden, at different points in their careers, and every single time the team's fallen short. Now there's been injuries, but the main thing is that Russ has a very hard time playing with other great players, no matter how you slice it. Individually, he can be great and have great nights, and he can even make his teammates better. We saw MVP Paul George with Russ. We saw James Harden play well with Russ. We've seen KD win an MVP with Russ. The players can play great individually and get their stats with Russ. That's been made very clear. But if you're talking about a full team effort, like the Warriors, for example, Steph Curry not only changes the entire team by his shooting, but he also can fit well because he can shoot off the ball and do other things that Russ just doesn't want to do. It's not even that he can't. He just doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to play off ball. He doesn't want to cut. He'll do it for certain periods in games, but he won't do it consistently for an entire season. And when you play with LeBron, that just doesn't work. He's still a Hall of Famer, and I agree, there's still a good NBA player in there somewhere, but it's not with LA. It's on a team where he gets the ball 24/7, and he has shooters around him, and he has great defenders, so it has to be a perfect situation, and even then, they're a play-in team. So Russ is in a very tough spot because no team wants that. They don't want to pay a guy $47 million to make the play-in and lose. They want to pay a guy to make the playoffs, to win games, to win a championship. And that's why you're seeing this problem with Russ. He has no option right now, and neither do the Lakers. No one even wants to trade for him, because why would you trade for a guy that will just get you to the play-in? But let me know in the comments what you guys think about all this. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this, and I will see you in the next upload.